Right. Test. 1, 2, 3, test. This thing on? All right. Well, hold on. Not good morning. One sec. One sec. All right. Good morning, gamers. And welcome to episode 4 of my... I'm going to start calling this a Let's Play of the Luvstar Fan Discord Beta SMP. Look at that. I remember the name even without being at spawn to read the sign. How about that, huh? I don't know why I'm starting in my house this time. I guess I just figured I'd switch it up. And it's been a couple weeks since the last video, and wouldn't you know it, a lot of stuff has changed. I could never have foreseen just how much of a different place the server is in now than it was prior to last Sunday. Because what happened last Sunday was we had a VIP celebrity guest on the server, that being Luvstar themselves. Joined the server for their birthday, actually. I believe it was their birthday on October the 26th. They turned 21 years old. How about that? So, happy birthday again to them. And they streamed on the server, which brought an incredible influx of players. I I always had a feeling that one day this server was going to blow up. Not in a bad way, although, well, we'll get to that. I always had a feeling that someday there was going to be an explosion in terms of the number of the player base, and we went from having a cap of 10 players on at once, which we had never hit up until that point, by the way, and we increased that cap before the stream. Well, I say we. I'm not an admin. I'm not important. I don't make these decisions, and even if I could, I wouldn't know how to actually do all this, but the admins increased the cap before and multiple times during the stream to a maximum of 60 players at once, which we almost hit. 60 concurrent players on this server, which was mind-boggling to experience firsthand. And and I won't go too much into the stream and everything because, first of all, I'm assuming most of the people watching this were either on the stream or have watched the VOD. And second of all, well, okay, I just want to go over some of the highlights. One of the highlights is the fact that Luvstar visited my house. Not in real life, obviously, but in Minecraft. This house that we're in right now. They visited. They actually asked if they could move in. I think they might have been joking. I don't know, because they have not expressed any interest in moving in since then, but that's okay. But yeah, the offer still stands. I said yes, and if they want to live here, they sure can. Speaking of people living here, I do have a roommate now. You may remember that this room was previously unoccupied, and now it is occupied. It's occupied by Nicholas, who has moved in. He just randomly came over and said, "Hey, can I live here?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'm not going to do it." I have long since given up on ever furnishing the rest of the room. So hey, he took one off my hands. I should be paying him, honestly, but I'm not paying him. He's actually paying me in the form of nope, wrong chest, dirt. In the form of dirt. And you might be wondering, why do I want so much dirt? I mean, I know you wanted dirt before because you had to get some dirt. You had to do a lot of terraforming. Actually, did I mention that in an episode ever? All of this land, like right here that we're standing on is raised way up to be at the same level as this over here. Yeah, that took a lot of dirt. Anyway, coming outside. Oh, glad I didn't forget this, even though I almost did. Hope to see that train completed from Muffin. Thank you very much, Muffin, for this very, very valuable gift, which I did see this before, and I deliberately waited until I was recording a video to open it so that I could thank you on video. So yeah, thank you, Muffin, for the 32 wool. That's that's an amount of wool that I was previously prepared to. What? Wait, why am I? Should I give that back to them? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I wasn't planning on it. Anyway, if you want your chest back, Muffin, you can have it. Anyway, that's an amount of wool that I was previously willing to pay up to 4 diamonds for. So that's actually extremely valuable for this server. I am not going to make another like full tour of the server right now, or maybe ever, because it has gotten way too big for me to be able to keep track of everything anymore. And even if I somehow could, each tour video, if I kept doing them in the same format that I've been doing them, like just doing some napkin math here, like extrapolating out the durations of the previous videos that I've uploaded, a full server tour at this point would be like, if I made it in the same way, it would be like 2 hours long. So I'm sorry, but I cannot do that anymore. I'll just try to point things out when I can, though. Hey, speaking of things to point out, I don't know who put these trees here, but it wasn't me. And frankly, they're kind of blocking the view here. They're really decreasing my property value, and I kind of want to tear them down, but I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Kepler has actually built more on their base, a little bit, just a touch there. Okay, that's nice. Anyway, I'm headed towards spawn. I'm just walking the old-fashioned way instead of teleporting everywhere, because there's a lot to talk about. Where we're going is, I want to go back to my train. Look at that in the distance. Well, it could look better, and we'll talk about that in just a second. What's this? Not important. So, in my last video, which was posted like 2 weeks ago, it might have been 3 weeks at this point. Time really flies. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was talking about this, and that wasn't there, that wasn't there, that wasn't there, all that wasn't there. All of this wasn't there. Like, the platform actually ended about there and did not continue any further, but it does now. I was talking about this, LNER 4472 Flying Scotsman, and I was talking about it with frankly, a very defeatist attitude. In fact, I was even alluding to things such as potentially tearing it down to make way for other projects, which has not happened. My attitude towards this project has changed a lot since then, for a number of reasons. And obviously the big reason is that progress is being made, but the more important root cause is, well, why and how is progress being made? And there's a few factors here. A few of the factors have to do with how it's being constructed, because based on preliminary estimates, I believe the number I came up with for how much wool it's going to take was something like 55 stacks, although that might have just been for part of it. Anyway, what I've been doing is I've been employing 2 top secret, ultra elite level master building techniques in order to cut that number down. Technique number 1 is that I have been skeletonizing the shit out of it. Okay? I am doing my darn best to make sure that there is not a single block of wool placed that is not visible from the exterior, right? So you see here, the wheel arches here cover up the boiler. So if you go inside, wherever the wheel arches are, I just don't build the boiler there because it's just, I mean, that's just gonna waste what 8 wool, and then another 8 wool. That adds up quick, right? All this space down here, like this right here. Look at this black wool. That's actually the like the suspension, or I don't know, the springs here for the back wheel, right? Like there's green wool there, but there's no green wool on top of that black, right? Not a single block wasted. The second master building technique that I've been employing to make it go way faster is only building half of it. You can see here that there's only the left side being done currently. In order to make it somewhat convincing, I will have to do the right wheels at some point at least. But yeah, this and the thing is, this plan worked a lot better before we had a massive invasion of dozens upon dozens of new people, because some of those people have started settling over here beyond the tracks, right? Before that, this was the edge. Like, this was the middle of nowhere when I started building it, right? And now, like, there's a lot of people that you can see from here. And I'm actually walking in the direction of one of them right now, who is Beth. And they have been making, well, I guess technically at this point, Luvstar has made content on this server, right? So I guess they're the third person now, because Luvstar beat them for second place to make video content of this server. So I recommend you check that out. They have pretty good videos going, and I believe this is their house. So I no offense, I don't think I paid very close attention to their previous video, so I figured I might as well just drop by here and see what's going on. They have a gift from Helen Newcomb. Is that like Duke? Any relation to the Duke, I wonder? No? Okay, I'll see myself out. Oh, look at that. Checkerboard. It's very nice. I hope they don't mind me yoinking some wool here real quick. And we're out of squid ink. You saw with the smoke box there. I just used up all my black wool building that for the Scotsman. So it's back to just going to the old general purpose white here, which I will convert to lime with my special secret patented process. But yeah, cool base. I'm assuming this isn't up to code. In fact, I'm a little astonished that it's even still standing. Oh yeah, and they're building with like gravel here, which is cool. Let me collect my words real quickly. They just spilled all over the floor. Not a lot of people have been using gravel in their build. I mean, besides Kepler. And over here is like a farm shack recreation. Yeah, this is like, I think this is Dan building a village in beta, which kind of feels like sacrilegious in a way to have villages in beta 1.7. Hold on, does this work? Oh, it does work. Okay, I didn't realize that had been enabled yet. Okay, I should do that. I should lock my chest real quick. We'll get into why that has to be a thing. How about right now? Yeah, let's talk about it right now. So there has been a little bit of trouble in paradise, let's just say. There was, amongst those multitudinous birthday guests on the stream, one at least one griefer, and there was a lot of theft during the stream. Thankfully, I was not affected too much. The only chest that I noticed had anything taken from it was like one of my food chests that had all my mushroom soup in it. So all that's gone. But besides that, oh, and then I got killed a couple times. But actually, the first time was like by a trusted individual. I think they were. Anyway, it's a long story. It's fine. It's fine. Moral of the story is, after the stream, a couple things happened. First of all, Luvstar's house got burnt to the ground. And you might be wondering, well, hold on, Stinger. If it got burnt to the ground, then how come we're looking at it? How come I am looking at Luvstar's lovely mansion worth at least 1 trillion big ones right now, if it was supposedly burnt to the ground? And the answer is that, well, first of all, this house was built. I haven't like checked the exact timestamps, but just rough guesstimation. This house was built in about like 5 minutes flat initially, because they invited everybody to come help them with their house. I think, hold on, which was it? Yeah, it was. I contributed to this room right here. That has nothing in it. That's pretty on brand for me, I suppose. To just build a big old room with nothing in it. Yeah, sticking to my MO there. And another, like, tumble brag I can make here. You might notice there's a lot of, vandalism, my bad. There's a lot of iron blocks in the design. And that is at least partially because right at the beginning of the stream, when Luvstar first joined the server, you can't even see it in the VOD. During the stream, I didn't want to like seem like I was trying to, hog the camera or anything. But then looking back at the VOD, I kind of wish I did, because you only see me for like a couple times. And you don't see me in the beginning, but you do see what I was doing, which was throwing a stack of iron blocks around at the spawn area at Luvstar, as well as pretty much all of my diamonds. So yeah, during the stream, all of those materials got circulated probably like 300 times. People just using my diamonds as confetti, basically. What was I talking about? The mansion got griefed after the stream. Yeah, it did. But because Luvstar's community is the best YouTuber fan base on the planet, a few people, not including myself, I take zero credit for this, stayed on after the stream and reviewed the VOD and rebuilt their house block perfect, exactly how they left it at the end of the stream, which is, I think, one of the most heartwarming and impressive things I've ever seen done in this game, flat out. So hats off to everybody who helped with that. I don't remember. God, I'm losing touch. I couldn't even tell you who the names were of the people who did that. I really want to like give them credit and everything, but at this point there are way too many moving pieces for me to keep track of the whole puzzle. Anyhow, so yeah, because Luvstar built their house there, it kind of created like a population boom in this neck of the woods where, if you recall, there didn't used to be anything here. Like 5 days ago, this whole area, That wasn't there, that wasn't there, that wasn't there, that wasn't there, none of that was there, that wasn't there, that wasn't there, that wasn't there. None of this was here. This was completely empty, completely unexplored. Like there weren't even torches down here, right? And it just popped up overnight, basically. Oh, we have a guest. This is the first time someone has been online while I'm filming. That's crazy. So yeah, now that there's so many members, there's never a dull moment, huh? You've always got people coming on and coming and going, and yeah, it used to be really rare to even have more than one person on at a time, right? Like it was kind of really a special thing to even be able to play with just one other person, simultaneously. But nowadays, that's no issue. That is no issue. I wonder, should I tell them I'm recording a video right now? Yeah. What was I saying? Very busy server. Oh, another person I wanted to tip my hat to in the aftermath of the stream is Ket, once again being just the best, and golly, if she isn't gonna need back surgery from carrying the entire fucking server, then I don't know, because she stayed online for a while after the stream, reviewing, basically being a detective and an insurance agent and reimbursing everybody who had stuff stolen during the stream. So yeah, that was very nice, and I'm sure very much appreciated from everybody, including myself. So all is well that ends well, I suppose. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. Oh yeah, circle back. Wait, hold on. I just realized. Circling back to one of the first things I said in this episode, which was that I was going to explain to you what the dirt was for. Aw, thank you. Glad you think the video is cool. I saw the first... Oh, really? Why am I not sleeping? Hey, we've got a loyal viewer in the video right now. How cool is that? How cool is that? Okay, I'll get to the dirt in a second. I want to look at spawn because I usually start the videos here, but I didn't this time. I did not this time. What's this? Oh, yeah. I don't know who this is. I have a strong suspicion that it's Goku Carrot. Carpet Pride Flag Service. We can discuss prices. Yeah, Goku, hit me up. I would like to discuss. Let's look at the member board. If you remember last time, I believe the last person was still JWR. And now the last person is who fucking knows, because the board is too small now. So signs are just spilling out all over the place. We got signs on the side of the board. How crazy is that? So yeah, you can... dementia... What the fuck? Is this funny to anybody else? Why is your name Dementia Master 1? I can't laughing. What the hell? What? Okay, yeah. Shout out Dementia Master 1 at Sandbox Gaming. We need more room. We need more room at spawn. So I'll just pan around here and hold on. Let's see if we can find. Okay, so one of the people, I would say, yeah, Koki has been on a lot. I actually gave her a tour of my house the other day. Where's some other people who've been playing? Oh, Muffin has definitely been playing because they gave me that gift of wool. That was very nice of them. And Goku Carrot has been on a lot. Beast Boss has been on a lot. So yeah, we've a lot of the people have actually stuck around for a while and continued to play on the server even after its 15 minutes of fame, so to speak. So that's nice. It looks like the communication board is still up. Oh yeah, I had to I redacted this. Yeah, we should use this side of the board to talk about redacted because any allegations of Stinger's involvement with femboys are. Wait, what? No, that is not what. That's not what that's supposed to say. That's not what that's supposed to say. No. They're not accurate. What are you talking about? I have no. Yeah. Where? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, Goku. I have no idea what's going on. No clue. Hey, trans rights. And dumpster rights. Yeah, I love dumpster. I hope they have rights. Anyway. Okay, fine. I'll show you the dirt. Actually, I didn't have to go home for that. We could have just gone straight to the dirt. Bro, I thought I turned that off. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is where all the dirt has been going. Hold on, did I mention yet that Nicholas, my roommate, has got like half of this dirt for me? Anyway, this is where it's all been going. If you can see in the distance, which you can't because all the chunks are just deloading. Where is it? Come on. Should I have just walked here? Probably not. So yeah, there's Dumpster Jumper's castle, and if it'll load, which it might not. There's my house, right? So right down the road from my house is this, which is just a giant field of grass. And this is one of the things that is going to help not only the Flying Scotsman, but other such projects that require excessive amounts of wool to be completed. Because what I'm doing here is building basically just a really, 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 really stupid and shitty passive mob spawner. And by passive mob spawner, I mean it's just a bunch of grass. But the thing is, passive mobs have a surprisingly high radius that they can spawn in from the player. It's like 144 blocks, something like that. You probably won't see them that far away because usually they'll spawn and then despawn before you even get to them, but that is the exact sort of thing that I'm trying to avoid here. So what I've done is I'm basically making a 128 by 128 block patch of grass here, and then okay, it was working earlier. It might not be working because Waluigi over there might be taking up the passive mob cap right now. Yeah, that's the downside of trying to do stuff like this on a server. Anyway, if you see over there, that is marking an additional really far away, right? So even if I'm standing here, passive mobs will not be able to spawn beyond that, like, post right there. So you see that grass over there, right? The only reason that grass still exists is because it's outside of that zone. If you look over here, there's no grass, right? If you look over there, there's no grass. That's because I have been going around within that secondary perimeter and just completely raising the fields, right? Just what I do is I take a hoe and just till the whole thing, right? Because that way I don't have to break or place anything. So yeah, I've been taking out a lot of grass, so that way, like, again, even if I'm standing right here, no passive mobs should, assuming I'm understanding the rules correctly that I've read on the wiki, they shouldn't be able to spawn over there, right? They should only be able to spawn in here. Although, like I said, this is currently embarrassing the crap out of me because it's not working, probably because there's another player on right now. Anyhow, it was working earlier. I got a bunch of sheep. I got like 10 at once at one point. What I want to do, well, I don't really want to do it. What I need to do, what I've realized that I need to do, though, is the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to be putting a fence around this. I'm probably just going to have it floating, like, put a block here and then start the fence like that, right? Because what I've noticed is that for some reason, whenever these mobs spawn kind of close to the edge, like, their first instinct for whatever reason is to just dive straight into the water, and it's really annoying to try to go in after them. And, if you're trying to shear the sheep, it's like the wool always sinks to the bottom and you're going to go dive down after it. Oh, just kind of a headache. So, anyhow, that's probably not all that I wanted to say. I've probably already forgotten about 500 different things, but I'm going to leave it there anyway. This has been really not very much of a Let's Play, but I'm going to title it like that anyway because fuck you. That's /LH, by the way. /LH. Fuck you lightheartedly. I I said that with too straight of a face. I didn't mean to be mean. Anyway, but future episodes might just be me coming on here to, like, just yap about some whatever I want to talk about, like, while I'm either finishing this up or working on the train or working on something else. So we will see where it goes. I already said this, but I don't know. I don't think I said everything that I wanted to, but probably close enough. So we're going to call it here. This is the end of the episode. I am very EP. Good night.